Hello, hello, hello. Hello, judges. How you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining me on my radio podcast. Yes, this is Deborah the Judge radio podcast. And yes, you can judge people. But just remember when you judge people, people are going to judge you. Okay? So keep your house in order. But anyway, I want to come on to talk about a couple of things. And again, I said thanks for joining me for those who are just watching for the first time. This is an opinionated podcast, okay? My opinion and my opinion only, okay? So there's a lot of shit that I'm going to say that I know you ain't going to like, but it's okay. We can agree to disagree, or you can just go to another channel and listen to some things that you want to listen to. Because at the end of the day, we all got an opinion, just like a butthole. And you see the title of my video today, right? TD Jake's butthole versus Donald Trump's body odor. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Before I do, let me hit up a couple of points with you guys, okay? Keep y'all up to the breast of what's going on. So politics. So now the United States Navy sinks 3 Iran Hamas, what they call Hamas ships around the Red Sea. For those who have not been following it, okay? Now this is the first time that the United States made a move like that, okay? Which signals to me, as I already told you before, we're already in a war, but nobody is saying we're in a war. Okay, it's sort of like we know we in a war. It's like being in a relationship. You dating somebody for years. You in a relationship, but you ain't really saying you in a relationship. Same bullshit, right? So the reason that they did it is because in the Red Sea, there's a lot of transportation that goes through there, through that particular area, which is right below um, uh, 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 the Israel area, etc. And the problem is that we get a lot of shipments and goods through that port. So of course, the United States and the UN do not want Hamas in there taking shit. So this is one of the main reasons that United States went on and blew their ships up. Basically, 3 of them blew their ass right on up. And you ain't hearing about a whole lot of that, are you? No, you're not, because they don't want people in America to be fearful. Because when it starts real war, see, everybody be talking about war this, war that. But when the real war hits this shit and people realize, damn, we really in a war. And damn, my kids or my friends or somebody I might know get deployed over there, then it really makes you start thinking. When the prices of food continually go up, because that's what happens when there's a war situation. Because everybody try to hold on to their money and shit. But they don't want to say anything about it because they're greedy in the United States. They wanted you to go out and spend your money for Christmas. And if they had been saying, well, we getting ready, it's going to be some serious shit, you need to hold on to your money, you wouldn't have went out to spend as much money you did for the holiday. And just like black people do, I hope they're learning some sense, buying all this bullshit that you don't need. And then come January, you crying and shit about these bills for shit that you didn't really need in the first place. So black folks, y'all got to get out of that bullshit. Because it's just a fucking man-made holiday. If you ever studied the Bible, you know that Christ wasn't even born around Christmas. He wasn't even born on Christmas. They just made that day up. Yeah, he born in the fall of the year, but he wasn't born he was not born on Christmas. But you need to do your own research to find it, okay? I'm not going to educate you on that too. So, but anyway, so they attacked them. They sure did. And not only that, but they have also called up the Civil Air Reserve. And I think they're going over to, if I read it right, I think they're going over to the North Korean area. So they're steady calling up people and shit. And they're steady getting the military ready, moving slowly here and there, quiet and shit, right? That's because we're really in a war. And all these other little NATO countries and shit, they already militarizing their people and shit, trying to get their shit together. Because the bottom line is they letting us think that all this has to do with Iran. It ain't even about Israel. They can give a shit about Israel. We done gave Israel so much money, they're going to continue to get money, and they're going to continue to destroy Gaza and those Palestinians. You know, a lot of people say, it's just not fair. Maybe it ain't fair. You know, life ain't fair. It's some shit that happened to you that ain't fair. Stop that. They over there handling their business, and we need to be handling our business. So when somebody come over here and fuck us up like they did 9/11, and we go over there and fuck them up, now what you gonna say? Oh, we shouldn't have did that. We let them live. No, never leave an enemy behind. They teach you that in War 101. You don't leave an enemy behind and thinking, okay, well, we gonna be kumbaya. No, you not. You done killed my son, and I shot you in the leg. You think that's equal compensation? No, motherfucker. That ain't happening. You kill my son, I'm killing your whole family. And I'm not kidding. I'm just saying that's how this shit roll. And so that's what the Palestinians didn't think was going to happen. And Israel is not going to stop. Yeah, there's about 20,000 or so Palestinians. Let me tell you, it's probably about 40 or 50,000 of Palestinians is dead and gone. They ain't going to give you the correct numbers. They getting their ass up out of there. And the Palestinians, they know they ain't finna go back home no damn where. Ain't no home to go back to. They destroying all that shit. And they're going to keep fighting, and they're going to keep fighting. It's just not going to stop. They've been fighting forever. Ever since the United States and the UN acknowledged that Israel has that strip of land in 1948. Remember, they gave them that strip of land that really belonged to the Palestinians. Remember, that shit belonged to the Palestinians at first. But the UN just came in, and the United States came in and said, no, we're going to let Israel have a part of this. Y'all got to get along, sing kumbaya. And now Israel said, fuck that. Y'all done fucked us up. We coming after you now. So this thing is going to go on. It's 2024, okay? First of the year. This shit is going to be going on after the president, the new president, is become president. And I'm not going to say who it is because y'all already know that anything can happen in this world that we're living in. You just don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, that's enough about that. Trump body odor. Let me explain something to you guys, okay? Trump body odor. So after 7 years now, you got a guy who was working with Trump, some kind of intern or whatever, okay, working with Trump, whatever, comes out and says, oh, this man just stinks. He is just musty. He smells like ketchup and mustard and funk rolled all up into one. Well, guess what? He can be funky as he wants to be. That is not going to keep him off the ballot. That's not going to keep him off the ballot. You guys got to come up with something better than that. They spent the last 72 hours on social media talking about how bad Trump smells. He's still going to be on the ballot. It might be a smelly ballot, but he's still going to be on the ballot at the end of the day. Y'all got to come up with something better than that. Because at the end of the day, with all these appeals and all these states saying he can't be on the ballot, listen, when that shit goes to the federal Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the land, they're going to say he can be on the ballot. I'm just saying. These are just my thoughts. So, yeah, Trump, I tell you what. How about you get you some free breeze? That's some good shit right there. That free breeze. You could be funky, right? And just spray that shit. That free breeze, that takes away everything. I'm just telling you, as a friend, as a MAGA supporter, get some free breeze and just spray that shit all over you. Because guess what? I'd rather have somebody funky, working for the American people, making sure that we okay, because he is getting older, so he ripping and running. He gonna smell, right? He ripping and running everywhere. He can take showers and shit. But at our age, you ever notice with older people, we have a stench. Biden got one too, but they ain't gonna tell you that. He got a stench and a memory loss. He can't remember shit. He think the little boys, the little boys and little girls is his wife and shit. He be touching their hair and shit. Ooh, he just is a creep to me. But anyway, yeah, he moving state to state, back and forth, here and there, blah blah blah, doing this, doing that, on him, blah blah blah. Yeah, he gonna sweat. I'm sweating right now and shit. And I'm just talking to y'all for a few minutes. I'm started. Oh, Lord have mercy. I got to take me another shower. But seriously, when you get to be an older person, you have to really, sometimes you may have to take a shower twice a day to get rid of that stench. It's the old stench that you get. And if you don't take care of your body on a consistent basis, that old type of smell will linger with you. It is an old smell. When the young people be talking about old women, talking about don't mess with her. She give you coochies and shit. That's what they was talking about. It's an old smell. It just is. And if you don't watch between your legs or between your nuts and shit, you're gonna have that. Have you ever met a dude with stinking nuts? That is the smelliest shit. It's like women between their legs smelling like catfish. It's some nasty shit. People wash your ass up. Don't nobody want to smell that shit. They don't. And they don't have to be close down there to smell it. It's just nasty. But not on to TD Butts. How about TD Jakes? Now it has surfaced that his security officer came to a person who was a blogger. I don't know if they were on YouTube or whatever, but came to the blogger and had pictures of TD Jakes in a damn thong. In a damn thong, okay? I don't even wear thongs and shit. I got too much ass. Can you imagine what TD Jakes looked like with a thong? Sitting up on a motorcycle with a damn thong with his butt up in the air with a thong? Woo! I cannot unsee that shit. That make me sick just even looking at that. But remember what he said. Even if I did do it, all I gotta do is repent. That's his get out of jail free card. All I gotta do is repent. And he do gotta repent. But he ain't gonna stop doing it because he's comfortable in doing what he's doing. It comes from a long list of habits that is incorporated into the society. Now, nobody's talking about the white folks that's doing this shit because like I told you before, it's just unfair how they always unveil the black shit, but they never talk about the white shit. Supposed to be this week, though, that Epstein list is supposed to reveal itself. And not just the people on the list, but the people that actually went to the island or that was on the list for services. See, Bill Clinton was on the list. We knew he was on the list. Trump was on the list, and a lot of other people. But they have another list of people that actually receive services, like Prince Andrew, allegedly. Okay, so that list is gonna come out. I can't wait for that list to come out to see who name and shit is on there. Because Will Smith and a lot of other people's shit name is on there. Okay, and I know probably Oprah name is ass on there too. Maybe even Tyler Perry. All these, degenerate. Anyway, I'm just saying. That's my personal opinion. So anyway, yeah, so he's revealed that picture. So it's not just people talking on social media. There has been a picture that's been revealed. Now, I'm pretty sure that T.D. Jakes, if he was smart, he would say, that's not me. That's Photoshop. Because social media can Photoshop any damn thing. If I was TDJ, that's what I would say. I would deny that shit. No, it wasn't me. That's Photoshop. That's my face, but that's Beyonce's body. But no, that's not going to fly for him. This is a time of reckoning. And this is a time that the Most High is looking down on all of this stuff that you see. And all of this stuff that you, especially in the ministry. See, when God comes and he starts revealing himself, of things that are about to happen, he's going to hit the head first. And the head are these people that are in ministry that's been doing all this dirty shit. Now, I told you guys long ago that Bishop Eddie L. Long was my pastor at one time. And in that particular church, all you saw was gayism. But it took me a minute to really focus Because when you go to church, you're not there looking at everybody else. You're just there to receive a message for you, a feel-good message to last you from week to week. Pay that tithe, next week come in. You can wait to get to church. Okay? But when you start sitting back and start looking at other stuff about the church, like I did, then your eyes open up to something completely different. And I just did not like what I saw. There was just too much of it. Because Atlanta, number one gay capital of the world to begin with. But everybody that falls up under him. And I'm saying that to say this. So now there is another pastor by the name of William Murphy. Okay, so William Murphy is out of Atlanta. He's got his own church, but he has a pretty much young church. So on Christmas Eve, not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, they had a big party, and they televised the party. And they played some songs. They played a song called Walk It Out, Walk It Out, Walk It Out. It's a jam, right? But in the song, it talks about hoes and shit. Hoes. Like prostitute hoe, like a hoe, is in the song. And so other ministers, are coming out and saying, that's not right, whatever. But the thing of it is this. There's a lot of shit that he's doing that ain't right. He is a mentee of guess who? Bishop Eddie L. Long. So remember I was telling y'all about how this shit go with the grandfather, T.D. Jakes, the father, Bishop Long, and then the children, like Kirk Franklin, and some of the rest of them that's in there, all these black young musicians that are gay that are up. It's a whole bunch of them too. And all that stuff is going to come out, okay? But anyway, so now William Murphy, who was a mentee of Bishop Long, he split from the church some years ago and he got his own ministry. Now, he is a very, very good singer because he has some albums that have been produced, okay? But he has a really big church in was over in South Decatur Mall area. And I used to live right around the corner from the church. I used to hate that shit. That traffic was heavy as hell. So I had to get up, take care of business early to get, not to get stuck in that damn traffic. But anyway, so he officiated a christening between Deborah and Deborah's wife. So here we got a female black gay couple who this minister is officiating. And he got a lot of gay people that attends his church. So of course he feels okay blessing their marriage. Okay, blessing their marriage, wishing their marriage best, because what the Pope has already come out and said it's okay. So if two men come up to you and want you to pray for them, their marriage, that you're supposed to do that. See, this is some bullshit. So they're not going by the Bible. They're going by what money and bringing in people, because that's all it is now. It's about, because the gay community got money, especially in Atlanta. They got big money in Atlanta. Everything in Atlanta is about gayness. And if you don't cater to gay people, they will shut your ass down. Just like with David Chappelle. Now, David Chappelle, he got a new special coming out, and he's talking about transgenders again. He's talking about their ass again. So they are in outrage because they thought the last time that he did his comedy special, he talked about some transgender shit, and they was all upset. They wanted to go ahead and boycott him. He don't give a fuck about that shit. That's Dave Chappelle. He don't care. And nobody's going to care. Now, if he was to say some stuff about the Jewish community, they would shut his ass down. So when you talk about the LGBT community, you're going to get away with some shit. But you can't talk about the Jewish community. You could talk about the black community. You could talk about the Hispanic community. You could talk about the white community. But you better not say shit about the Jewish community, or your ass going to get shut down. But anyway, yeah, he's coming out with a special, and I can't wait to hear the special. I'm not going to pay for this shit. I think it's on Netflix. I got rid of my Netflix. Okay, so I have to wait till it go on YouTube, and then I'll watch it there, okay? Because I have to use my money wisely, and I hope that you guys are doing the same thing. Use your money wisely as you move over these next few months. Pay for things that you really need. Put some little stuff in storage and shit, little extra food and shit like that, because you never know what's going to happen. But with this TD Jakes and this picture exposed, with the security officers showing all that stuff, more stuff is going to come out. It just is. And all these, like I said, all these different pastors that was involved with TD Jakes, they're all over the country. And some of them are all over the world. He has had his hand in a lot of mentoring a lot of these men. A lot of them. And right now, the only thing that the TDJ's wife is concerned about is, let's see what we're going to do with this money, because we can't afford to lose this money. So we got to figure out how we're going to hide this shit. And him coming after people like me on YouTube or other people trying to get them, their channels stricken down. People are going to continue to talk about him even worse now. And send them more donations, because they want to see a man like that taken down. So on to the next. Taraji P. Henson and Lupito. Okay, now you guys know Taraji P. Henson played in The Color Purple. And I'm comparing her to Lupito. Lupito played in The Black Panther. If y'all don't remember Lupito, y'all remember dark-skinned Lupito, whatever. She's just gorgeous as she want to be. But anyway, she's a Mexican. She is a Mexican, what is her nationality? Kenyan. She's a Mexican Kenyan. That's what she is. And you got to wonder why she never complained about her salary. So I had to look up this shit to figure out why Taraji P. Henson having all these problems and Lupita is not having these problems. Taraji 53, Lupita is 40. Taraji P. Henson net worth is 12 million. Lupita's is 10 million. So what's the difference between these two black women? The biggest difference between Taraji P. Henson and Lupita is Lupita don't fuck with no nigga shit. She don't fuck with Oprah. She don't fuck with Tyler Perry. She don't fuck with Lee Daniels. She don't fuck with none of them. When I look back at her movies and shit that she played, she don't fuck with them. That's why she don't run into that bullshit about how much they gonna pay her. Okay? She don't worry about that. Whereas with Taraji P. Henson, she rubbing shoulders with Tyler Perry. She's on a few of his movies and shit. And one of her movies where she said that she was asking for $500,000. That was the curious, the case of Benjamin Button. The curious case of Benjamin Button. She said that she asked for $500,000 on that. When I looked up the information, she got paid $150,000 for that movie. That's what she got paid for, $150,000. So no, she's not getting what she asked for because it's the company that she keeps. And I think what happens is when they know that you're coming from a Tyler Perry movie, that they don't have to pay you. It's like any game. This is all a fucking game, cat and mouse game. And if they can hire you for work less than nothing, they're going to do it. People talk, pay me what I'm worth. Guess what? I know motherfuckers that work at Domino's. I know motherfuckers that work as nursing assistants. I know motherfuckers that work as Uber drivers and a lot of other shit, right? Be working all kind of damn hours, ain't getting paid, get treated like shit. And they don't make no damn money. So I can't be worried about rich people's problems. You got a whole fleet. Taraji got a whole fleet of vehicles. She got about 8 or 9 cars and shit. I can't worry about her. She got to cover her own ass and figure how she got herself into this shit. You don't shake no hands on no fucking deals just because they Oprah. No, you got to put that shit down, have your attorney. And if she's a graduate, she graduated from Harvard. This black woman is smart. Taraji P. Henson is smart. She should have some economical sense. By now, you see what Rihanna did. Rihanna learn singing and shit, but what she did, she turned her shit into business. And the bitch is almost a billionaire and being respected in her country as like a queen and some shit from Barbados or where the fuck she came from, right? I mean, Chris Brown slapped this shit around, okay? But look at her now, Chris Brown. Who's slapping who around? She's the goat. But I'm saying though, you have the access of hooking up and making money. You got to think about, what did you do wrong? You hooked up with the wrong damn people, and they didn't pay you what you was worth. But you went on and did it anyway. Because if you asked for $500,000 for the case of Benjamin and they gave you $150,000, that ain't really no whole lot of negotiation going on. That's what they thought you was worth. And a lot of people get mad. I know a lot of y'all gonna get mad when I say this. But when you look at it, a good example is comedians. Let's use David Chappelle as an example, and Monique. Monique, I love Monique. I do. But she ain't gonna fill up no damn arena. Not like David Chappelle. David Chappelle, Kevin Hart can fill up a fucking arena by their damn self. Monique can't do that. So it's good that she went on Netflix to make some deals. I ain't hating her for that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this. These people just promoting and paying you, all they looking at is how much they gonna make. So if they go on and they find out that Brad Pitt got 20 million viewers and you got 1 million, you're only going to get small percentage because of the viewers that's going to come see you at the movie. Everybody love Brad Pitt. All these white women love Brad Pitt. And a lot of black ones like me, I like Brad Pitt. He's just as cute. He's a cute little thing. Okay, Brad Pitt. So when he goes in, he demands his money. Because he know that at least, what? His followers, at least 20 million of them gonna go see him. And that's all these producers that's making this money is looking at, is the bottom fucking line. This is a business. They're not there to help you promote your damn career. If you an everyday person and you get your ass up at 7 in the morning to go to work, be at work, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever, right? They hire you to work 8 fucking hours, and that's what the fuck they want you to do, is to work 8 hours. They don't want your ass to be out on smoke breaks. They don't want you to be on Facebook, on social media shit. They don't want you doing none of this shit. They want you to work for 8 fucking hours, take a half an hour for lunch, and 2 15-minute fucking breaks. Now, if you smart enough to play around the system where you can have other breaks and shit, and this, then that's good for you. But at the end of the day, they paying you for a certain period of time to do that job. And that's the same thing with the film industry. They're paying you to do a certain job to make a certain amount of money. And that's what it's about. And anybody that doesn't understand that concept, I don't know what to tell you. In America, you are what you worth or what you can produce. That's why they letting these people from Venezuela in here. Because they know that these motherfuckers, the majority of them, they come to work. The majority of them, they are. Of course, there's criminals and shit that we're getting into. It's a lot of them, okay? But a lot of these people, they come into work. And they know they're going to get more work out of them than they're going to get out of black folks. And definitely more money they're going to get out of white folks. They know that. So, of course, they letting them slide in here and there until they had enough, too many people, like with Texas. He just now sending buses from Texas and flying them over there. No, he should have been doing this shit 2 years ago when these motherfuckers first started coming. Why he didn't? Because now they got enough. They got enough Mexicans to work in Texas. They don't need no more. It's becoming too much. But most of the people down there, a lot of the people working this shit. And a lot of black people that was there, a lot of them, they're sitting around and shit. Your money is getting ready to cut short, boo. I already told you better learn how to speak Spanish. I know you mad. I shouldn't be speaking Spanish. They should come to America. They need to learn how to speak English. No, you need to adjust to what the fuck is happening because America is changing. And the Hispanics have already taken over the black population. And pretty soon they're going to take over the white population. That's why the white people so smart. You notice how they classify Hispanics? White Hispanics or regular Hispanics? White people, you just got to give them a thumbs up on this bullshit. They got this manipulation shit, this shit down pat. Okay, so now they have more numbers because they got white Hispanics in their group, but they couldn't do it to black people. Are these Negroes or white Negroes? Because Negroes is too dark, so they can't pass. We can't pass off. Poor thing, we can't pass off for shit. Okay, but white people can pass. Hispanics can pass off because they can. If the lighter they are, they can. If they don't, if they can shut their mouth and comb their hair different, because a lot of Mexicans they got that hair. Mexicans kind of. I know how. I'm just saying every race has what we call characteristics about them that you know who they are. I'm just saying. You dealing with black folks and shit, you got that damn color. You can't get rid of that color, and most of us can't get rid of this damn nose and shit. Okay? I don't care how much makeup you put on. You look like a transformer if you want to. But anyway, so that's what I'm saying about Lupita. Lupita was smart in not messing with the dark side of Hollywood when she came in that shit. So that's why she don't have the same problem as Taraji P. Henson. Because she don't fuck with Oprah. She already knew that something was going on with them. She got the 911 about what was going on. She ain't trying to attend none of these parties. I remember when the Real Housewives of Atlanta, remember Nene Leakes? Nene Leakes was like the star of Atlanta Housewives on Bravo. She was trying to hook up with Lupita. Said, let's get together. Lupita looked at her like, bitch, you're ghetto. I don't fuck with ghettos. She didn't say it like that, right? But that's what she was thinking when Nene Leakes was basically telling her, let's get together, let's hang out. Lupita just looked at her like, no, bitch, I can't be seen with your ass. I caught that shit like that. I said, go, Lupita, go, baby. The next thing I know, she owned a damn soccer team somewhere. She had a soccer team. So Lupita was always about business. And Taraji, that was her issue. She loves acting. There's nothing wrong with loving to act. But don't love something so much that you forget what you really should be doing, which is taking care of yourself or taking care of your family. And sometimes you got to digress. That's why a lot of people don't move ahead because they're so comfortable in the shit that they doing. They like what they doing. They're comfortable with it. And they don't want to move ahead because moving ahead is going to require some changes. And they don't want to change. As smart as, like I said, as smart as Taraji P. Henson, she should have a bunch of businesses. She did some little cosmetic shit that she did. But she ain't got no business. And with that type of money, you mean tell me she ain't got no businesses and shit? That don't even make sense. You love acting that much? Okay. You find a lot of guys and shit could be a lot further along if they were willing to make the change, but they comfortable. And they know if they step up or they step out, it may cause them to have to do a little bit more research. They're going to have to get out of their comfort zone. But a lot of people like playing the game because some people play the game very well. Crackheads play the game very well. Manipulators, narcissists play the game very well. They know how to play the game. And when I was out in the streets, I'm not in the streets anymore, but I played the game pretty good. Because when you're out in the game, you're out in corporate, you got to think about if somebody is always wanting what you got or thinking that you got something and want what you got. That's the problem. So I'm getting ready to get out of here, but I want to show y'all. I did a little bit more to the table. As I was telling you guys that I had a table that I found, the top of a table top that I found on the side of the street and shit, because I'm always picking some shit up because I see something for what it could be and not for what it is, for what it could be. And because I have such a creative eye for shit and things, that I look at things a little bit different. So I told you guys on yesterday that this right here, you pull this over right here where you can see here. Okay, so I showed you right here that this particular table that you see right here was actually dark brown. All this right here was dark brown that you see. Okay, and yesterday this was not done. So I sanded this, not yesterday, but I sanded the top day before yesterday. Then I came back and I did the edges. I did that on yesterday. So instead of hanging out in the street and shit, I decided to go ahead and finish that up. So that's the way it looks now. And then I also told you that I was going to take the ottoman. There's a little ottoman that I have that's sitting right here in front of the big chair. And it was green. And that I was going to go ahead and paint that or spray paint that. So I did spray paint it tan-ish gray. The problem is that I didn't have enough paint, so it's still a little green that's showing. So I'm going to have to get a couple more spray paint and end up redoing that so that it would be, a little bit better done. And for those who don't know, you see the floor? I actually laid this paneling on the floor that you see right here. And right over here in this particular area was a huge hole in the floor where I could see the ground underneath. That's how bad this old trailer was. That's how bad it was, okay? It was a lot of work, but I don't have to pay a mortgage. And that was my whole plan, is that I didn't want to have to pay a mortgage and I didn't want to have to pay rent. So instead, I just went on and fixed this place up. And now it's livable, per se. It's really livable. And I just thank God for it. All that paneling on the floor, I did all of that myself. So anyway, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I hope you guys will enjoy the new year and try not to get too distracted on all of the stuff that you see in the social media and the news. Because if you are a young person, if you're under 55, don't get caught up in this bullshit. Handle your business. Make your plans. Stick with your plans and just follow through. Because if you do little bit by little bit, you get whatever you want. And that's what has worked for me. I knew 5 years ago when I planned to move to Florida. It was for a reason. I said, I got to move to Florida because, number one, it's cheaper when it comes to utilities because I only need air conditioning or electric. I won't have to purchase any gas. I don't need gas. I got an electric stove. I got a nice little air fryer stove that I got from Samsung. So the only bill that I have is an electrical bill. I got a 1999 Honda that's still working really good. I could get a new car. I've been in Mercedes before. I've had a Mercedes, two Mercedes. In fact, to be honest with you, I've had 2 Mercedes. So I've had that. But I'm not wanting to go into debt. $60,000, $50,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 car at my age. Why would I? I can just catch a fucking Uber where I need to go. So you got to use some common sense with certain things and not try to worry about what the Joneses is doing. Because people don't really care about what you're doing. They don't even care about you. And people that you think is doing so well, they're not even doing well. There is a lady down here who I know who, her and her husband, like every 2 years, they buying a new car. They're posting on Facebook, we just got us a new car, and they just be going everywhere. Just, I talked to her today, and because her husband is sick now. He was a military person, and I'm military. So we both belong to the same post. So I contacted on Facebook. I said, if you need something, just let me know. It's a white chick, right? I said, if you need something, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you. I said, because me and your husband, we were cool. Me and him, we were pretty cool. She was okay. She tried to act like she liked me and shit, but it was me and him that was cool because we both military. So we've been through some shit that we understand. When you've been in the military as a military person, there's a certain bond that you have with other people that have served in the military because we know shit and seen shit that the average person has not seen. And that's where, too, I learned how to navigate through bullshit. Because the military ain't nothing but bullshit. And you got to really know how to deal with it as a woman, as a female. Because if you don't, and you are a female, or what I call a female, you will get fucked. When I mean fucked, I'm talking about fucked. Real fucked, physical fucked. Okay, if you don't watch yourself. And you will get tossed around if you don't know how to play and navigate the bullshit. It's just like when they have the news station, they talked about that the Hamas was raping the women from Israel, etc. And I'm saying to myself, Israel is raping the women, the Pakistani women. You think they not? Oh, hell yeah, they are. That's what happens in war. But people on the outside looking in, they don't know that. No, each side, women are getting fucked up on each side. So women in captivity that are being kept in captivity by Israel soldiers or whatever in Gaza, oh, they fucking them. And the Hamas people, when they get the Israeli women, they fucking them too. But a lot of them, they're killing. They're brutally raping them because there's more of a hate that comes with it. So it's on both sides, but you ain't going to hear that. Ain't nobody going to tell you that. Because what? You got to follow a certain agenda. So I was able to navigate my way through a lot of shit, through a lot of situations where I didn't get fucked. I was in situations that niggas or motherfuckers could try to pull a train on you. And been in situations where I've seen people women going down the wrong road. And I'm like, when I say that, I'm like, baby, don't do that. Don't go over there with them. Don't do this, that kind of thing, And they didn't see it. Oh, we just going to, I'm not saying myself, okay, you're going to get fucked. They're going to pull your ass up in there. They're going to get you high, and you're going to get fucked. And maybe 2 or 3 of them are going to fuck you. And you're going to be so embarrassed by it that you're not going to come out and tell anybody because you're going to feel like it was your fault that you didn't see what was being done to you. But this is what happens in life. And don't think for a damn minute that if United States break out in some bullshit, some chaotic shit happen, you don't think that these men over here are not going to be rampant raping women? You better think twice. That's why it's so important that the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, ladies, it's important for us. So y'all more concerned about abortion rights. No, I'm concerned about the right to bear arms. Because at the end of the day, if you're taking care of yourself, your ass fucking wouldn't get pregnant in the first place. You can still fuck. Take some shit. That's what the fucking pills are for you to take some shit, just in case. So when you get pregnant, it's like, you want to get pregnant? Because they got free health clinics every motherfucking where you can get abortion pills. Not abortion pills, but you can get pills to prevent you from being pregnant. But you too fucking lazy. You want to lay up there and not get prepared and then get pregnant and then abort a baby. I said that kill the baby. Okay? Like it is what I call a form of birth control. When I worked as a nurse in Georgia, I used to go around to the abortion clinics because that was a part of my job, to inspect the abortion clinics. And all I would see lined up at abortion clinics was black females, Latino females, and a few white women lined up. And a lot of these women would not take, but I can't take no birth control. It just make me feel, And they would come in every 3-4 months and have an abortion. I'm like, you a stupid bitch to myself. I can't tell them that. But I'm saying, you just a stupid bitch. Just you using that as a birth control method. I said they got IUD. You can put a little insert up there. You don't have to get pregnant. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get out of here, you guys. It's 10:07. Happy New Year to you. And I hope that, like I said before, don't get tied up in all this bullshit in life. Focus on what you should be doing and move forward. Stay around positive people. But at the end of the day, I meant to tell you about the chick that I was telling you about too. So this woman, her husband was in the military. When I talked to her today, I said, if you need anything, just call me. I said, because, I am a retired nurse, so if you need me to come over help you clean them up, because when they get to be a certain age in hospice and they start losing their bodily function, sometimes it's hard to keep and clean patients because it's dead weight. They poop and shit all over themselves, and sometimes they want to fight you and shit because they don't want you to touch them. You know what I'm saying? So that's things that you deal with when you deal with a person that is going to hospice and they're on their way to death. That's what happens. It just is. And I was telling her, I said, well, are you going to send the body over to Israel? Because he was saying that his body is going to Israel. He said, my body's going to Israel. My body's going to Israel. And I would just look at him. I'm like, okay, whatever. But she was telling me, she said, we had $100,000 policy, but they're telling me now they're only going to pay us $12,000. I'm like, you had a $100,000 insurance policy, but they're only going to pay you $12,000. She said, yeah, and that's not going to cover hardly anything. And we thought that we had this. And see, that's why I always say that sometimes people is not smart as you think they are. You think because you know something that they should know something, and that's not always true. I said, well, didn't they tell you what it was going to cover? I said, they're only probably going to pay you $100,000 if he dies of an accident. But if he dies of suicide, they're going to pay him much, much less. And if he dies for a pre-medical condition, he's going to even get less. So she said, well, I can't send his body over, not for $12,000. I said, no, you can't. I said, you can barely fly over there and back for $12,000, right? She said, well, I just have to cremate him. But I'm saying to myself, Jewish people are not cremated. But I wasn't going to go there, because sometimes you tell people shit, they get mad at you. I said, but Jewish people don't normally get cremated. But that's not my place to tell her that. I'm just like, whatever. She's always treated me nice, so I just have to return the favor. That's how I believe in people. I don't care what color you are. If you treat me nice, I'm going to treat you right. If you don't treat me right, I ain't going to fuck with you. I could see you getting ready to get hit by a fucking 10-dozer truck, and I would not tell you, get out the way, move. I won't say shit. I'll just look at you. Like, I hope you turn around. But anyway, you guys take care. We're going to talk later. One love. Be blessed. Bye-bye.